Welcome back to Pardon the Interruption. I'm the host, Sam Kane, along with Seamus and Liam. Our first debate, who would you rather have on your team, Shohei Ohtani or Jacob deGrom? Seamus, you can start.
Well, I think this is pretty easy. I'd rather have Shohei Ohtani. He's young, he's athletic, he can pitch 102 and has a nasty slider. He leads the league in home runs despite being a great pitcher, and I think that's something that nobody can replicate. I mean, you see the Babe Ruth comparisons, but I don't see that. Babe Ruth was a pitcher, and then he was a hitter. He wasn't both, and I think Shohei could be better than Babe Ruth, and that's a tall expectation. But I mean, what I'm seeing from him, and Jacob deGrom is very old. He's not very old, but he's old. He's still in his prime, obviously, but how much longer are you going to see this Jacob deGrom?
He is having a great season. Let's go over to Liam.
Jacob deGrom is hitting 364, and Shohei Ohtani is hitting 277.
And what, 40 plate appearances?
You have to pitch to Jacob deGrom. He came up as a shortstop in the minor league system, so you have to pitch to him like a hitter. He's not a guaranteed out in the NL. And Jacob deGrom, almost all of his runs scored are on home runs, which shows that he isn't allowing rallies to start. His ERA is 1.08, and Shohei Ohtani is sitting pretty with a 3.21 ERA.
3.2 run is above average, and he has leading the league in home runs.
But Jacob deGrom has a 108. He's going to compete for Bob Gibson's single-season ERA record. And honestly, I see a comparison that Shohei Ohtani is not as good as Jacob deGrom. I could see Jacob deGrom in Cooperstown and Shohei Ohtani not in Cooperstown.
Okay.
Shohei Ohtani, if he can
Jacob
keep it
deGrom
up,
in
will be great,
definitely.
but he will not stay at this pace forever.
A very interesting debate. Let's move on. Which team do you guys think will win the NFC West?
Well, I got the Niners here. I know the Rams are a good team, but the Niners just have such great defense. I really like this offense as well. I mean, they don't have the studs, but every single player on their team is good. And oh yeah, about the studs, I lied about that. Every single player is basically a stud, and that's just ridiculous. 49ers are a great team, and I can see them going very far this season.
Well, I'm just going to say it flat out. All four of these teams are very good contenders. I could see all four of them making the playoffs now that it's 17 bracket. But for me, the Rams, it just has to be like, you come into Seattle last year with Jared Goff, and the 12th man in the playoffs is no simple task. You go walk out of there with a win. I just think, and Matthew Stafford's an upgrade from Jared Goff. I just don't see the Niners competing. Like Jalen Ramsey and Aaron Donald, I know Jalen Ramsey got cooked by Darnell Mooney, but he's so good that if he messes up once, it's a big deal. That's just how good they are. And honestly, this offense, Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods, I can see them making a couple of trades. I know Cam Akers is out, but you still have a great offense and defense. I see them out of the West.
I'm going to agree with Liam. I do have the Rams winning the NFC West. It is going to be close, though. I agree. It will be close. I think the Cardinals, 49ers, and Rams all have a great chance. The Seahawks, in my opinion, have the least chance, but they can still do a lot of damage. Now moving on to finals, the NBA Finals, Game 6. The Bucks are winning 3-2 in Milwaukee this game tonight at 7 o'clock. Who do you have winning this game, Liam?
I honestly have the Bucks. They have won 3 in a row. It's not often that you see a team go 4-0 and 4 straight wins unless it's a sweep. And honestly, nobody wins in Milwaukee. Nobody does. Chris Paul's been ice cold. So has Devin Booker and Giannis and Holiday and Porter. They have just been on fire. And I think Giannis is now starting to thrive a little bit off the crowd. Although his free throw numbers are not there, he is thriving with 30, 40 points consistently in the finals.
Well, yeah, you got the finals at Milwaukee, which is obviously a huge thing. But I think the Suns can pull this one out. I mean, the Suns have just showed me that even in these losses, they still have a glimmer of hope. You know, last game, game 5, you saw them in the first quarter up by a significant margin. And even if they did give up that lead, it was only a 4-point game in the end. And honestly, you saw that they can roll and they can beat the Bucks. The Bucks are not an unstoppable force. And I feel like if Chris Paul can get back on his game, if Devin Booker can learn how to pass, I think this team can win the finals and Game 6.
Let's see what happens tonight at 7 o'clock. That is going to do it. I'm your host, Sam. Thank you to Seamus and Liam.
Bye, guys.
See ya.